Hey everyone, how are you doing? We are on day 25, I think. Yeah. How about that? So we are on day 25 of our 40 days of sacred clearing, making space for all things new. Sacred clearing for women over 40, I might add. Making space for all things new. And I am Allison Rozelle, also known as Coach Roz. Excuse me. And I am here just welcoming you, saying hello. Let me take a sip of water because I feel a cough coming on. Okay. Okay. Better. So, all right. So, we have been really talking about clearing, and I really felt that this was important because we have been talking, I named this sacred clearing. And we talked about clearing space and how, as an empty nester, things are starting to naturally clear, right, in your space. And also talked about a few things regarding your purpose and everything else. So I wanted to take these next few days, as I stated on day 23, to talk about some sacred clearing for sure. And kind of teach you some things that will help you with clearing your space. So, I'm so sorry. All right, so we talked about feng shui. We talked about building your sacred space or making your altar, your shrine, whatever you want to call it. So today, we're going to talk about smudging and how that can definitely help you in clearing space. So smudging basically is you taking either sage or incense or any other like sacred plant that can be burned. All you have to do is, Google, sacred plants for smudging. And you'll find a plethora of things, right, that you can use. But the most common ones are usually sage and incense. I've been known to use either, sage or incense. So I'm looking at my computer because I went on Chopra.com, as in Deepak Chopra. And he has a page here talking about smudging. So I thought, okay, well, let's just take a look because I do it, but I just kind of would like to see what he has to say about it, which is some of the stuff I already knew. So smudging basically comes from our Native American brothers and sisters. But just like with feng shui, you know how in the Bible it says there's nothing new under the sun. Basically, every culture has their own version of feng shui. Like I said before, every culture has their own version of building sacred space, of smudging as well. So the key is to basically find what works best for you, what feels more in alignment for you. So the goal of it overall, though, is to clear the space, to clear the energy, because the smoke is used, it's kind of like the burning away, I guess, of negativity. So you want to use that to kind of clear the space. Now you can smudge yourself, which I have definitely done that. I'll smudge myself, especially if I'm coming from a day where I've had a lot of interaction with a lot of different people, and I'm just feeling mentally drained and just feel just kind of icky because, it's just a way of being human. We're going to come in contact with some not so nice people, right? We're going to come in contact with some very negative people. We may live with some very negative people. We may work with some very negative people. But these are ways that you can kind of combat it and kind of clear the space. So that way when you come home, you can just take that off of you, right? And even if they're in the home with you, you can still kind of take it off of you. So again, you want to take with your smudging, you want to take your incense or your sage. And you, like I said, you can do space or you can do yourself. And again, it combats the negativity. So some of the things that you can use when you're smudging, and again, it varies from person to person. Some people don't use all of these things and some people do. So of course you want your, whatever you're burning, which is the sage or incense. Um, you want, it's an abalone shell where you put what is being burned in it. And the shell is to represent water, the water element. Of course, you want, however you're going to light it, matches lighter. And you want a feather. And the feather, you use that, and that represents the air because it blows the sage out. And then you can have a sacred drum or you can have drumming. Now, this is according to that website. You don't have to have all that. If you don't choose to have all that, that's up to you. Again, when I've saged myself, I basically just take it and I sage my entire body. And I just kind of make it ritualist. And just, go over my body and just say, I'm clearing all the negative off. And I'm just talking to, myself, talking to spirit, talking, and talking my way through the sage. And as I'm clearing either myself or the space, I'm saying it with prayer and with love, and I'm putting my positive energy into it to kind of help clean the air a little more, right? So that's the way I do it. I don't have a feather and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, you can do it the way you want to do it. But, I just have the actual, sage or my incense, and I just hold it and go that way. I don't necessarily use a feather, which I've thought about it. I've thought about doing it that way, but you don't have to. But this is just the proper way to do it, I guess. So, when you do it, you want clean air to come through. So you want to be able to have your windows open so that the air is kind of like symbolic. The negativity goes out the window and clean air comes in, basically. Or you can do it outside. But yeah, you want to do that. Excuse me. So when you do this, and this, I thought this was kind of nice. There's a smudging prayer. And the prayer says, may your hands be cleansed, that they create beautiful things. May your feet be cleansed, that they might take you where you most need to be. May your heart be cleansed, that you might hear its messages clearly. May your throat be cleansed, that you might rightly speak when words are needed. That's big. May your eyes be cleansed, that you might see the signs and wonders of the world. May this person and space be washed clean by the smoke of these fragrant plants. And may that same smoke carry our prayers spiraling to the heavens. Amen and Ashe. Yes, I love that. So I'll probably be using that when I smudge. So I just wanted to share that with you because, we can't have 40 days of sacred clearing and not talk about clearing, right? Right. So here we go. We're talking about clearing. So, if you like this information, let me know. Tell me what you're thinking. Do you smudge? Have you ever smudged? Have you thought about doing it? Let me know. Drop me a comment. If you like this, like it and share it. Share it with someone. Share it on your timeline because somebody might want to learn a little more about smudging. Somebody may want to be a little more clear at this point in their lives. When we get over 40, we have a lot of things that that we're thinking about, that, we're faced with because of where we are in our lives. So they just may want a little help. So don't hold this back. Share it with somebody. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Talk to you again soon. Bye.